Hi, hello, namaste. Good evening to all. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, how are you? After a very long time, I am back with some more videos. So, today we are going to discuss on the next coming year, that is 2025. So, we are at the mid of the December. So, we are going to welcome the new year 2025. So, we completed the 2024 with the Lord Shani Mahadev as the Lord of the year. With so many obstacles and so many fluctuations, we could able to complete another 2 weeks. We are going for a new year, that is 2025. So let's talk on year 2025. So the general predictions and the general know-how we'll understand in this episode, and later on we'll go with each and individual birth numbers. So mainly the 2025, if you add all these numbers in a numerology, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, so it will end with the 9. So the numerology deals with the 9 numbers only, the 1 to 9. Whatever the double digits it will come, you have to make it the single unit. So the number of represents will be 1 to 9. And as a combinations, 9 into 9, we have 81 combinations. That's all only the numerology is having. 9 numbers and 81 combinations is only deals. So in 2025, the whole number, if you add, it will come to a single digit of 9, where 9 represents Mangal. Mangal in north and all it will call as Mangal. In South India it will call as Kuja, and as well as Boma. So Boma is also another name of Mangal. So the Mangal is going to rule the year 2025, and he will be the Lord of next year. So as a Gregorian calendar, the numerology will start from the January of the day 1 and it will end on 31st of December of that whole 12 months. So whereas Gregorian calendar will tell us on the numerological basis, whereas our regular astrology with Vedic astrology will deals from Yugadi to next Yugadi, that is in the South Indian practice. So in that way, we will understand in this episode about the numerology on Gregorian calendar basis, the year 2025. So how will be the 2025? What will be the conditions? Who will be the leading god? And what are his characteristics? That we'll go through in details. So 2025, the 9 will symbolize the Kuj, Mangal or Baum. So this will be the one of the fastest planet in scientific way also. We can see in the science, in the orbital science, the nearest planet to the sun is Mangal. So Mangal is the planet, he will take maximum energy of the sun and he will be the closest to the sun also. So the Mangal will have a very hottest planet. Even recent studies of ISRO and NASA also studies that there is a Mangal is having a very good proportionate of heat and on the planet. So the Mangal is very close to the sun and he will rotating around the sun. So sun is the father of the planets and moon is the mother of the planets, what we call. All the planets were revolving around the sun. Nearest to the sun, Mangal is the very closest planet in the nearest to the sun. So the Mangal is having properties and characteristics of very fast, very quick, and as well as is very hot. So and similarly, the year 2025 is having very quick, very fast, and as well as very hot conditions. So in the way we can say the 2 is known as Chandra is Manaso Karak or again 2 is repeating again, it is also a double of 2's, and finally is having a 5. 5 is also has to be taken as a Mercury. He is the very quick planet and is representing the overall middle of the overall planet numbers. So we have to take 2 to 5 and as a whole number of 9 also. So this year we'll have mainly the Mangal and Kuj. This year Adipati is Kuj. Kuja in north side what we call as Mangala Murti Roop. Mangala Murti Roop is normally called as Hanumant, Bajrangabali, Hanuman. In north side they believe Hanuman has a represents the Kuja, and whereas in South India the Kuja is represented by the Lord Subramanya, that is Shiv Kaputra, and again Ganesh and Subramanya are the brothers. So this is what we have in the south, but whereas in the north Mangalamurti Roop is represented by Lord Hanuman. So you can take in the two ways. The Mangal is Adipati and is a worship god as Hanuman also. Here in the south what we believe as Subramanya or what we Shiv Kaputra. So this way the Kuju is having two identities wherever the applicable worship will be done in the different areas as different regions. So this year is to be a more generally called as Hanuman worship will be the better, and Lord Subramanya will be the god to worship. So Mangal is normally called as an enthusiastic planet and very physically fit, courage, speed and quick. So this year will be a very quick decisions, very speedy changes in the all the areas and very quick, and it is also giving some anxiety and as well as empowerment. Empowerment is also going to increase. So Mangal is also denotes as a blood and it is having a color of red. So this year will be more on speedy. So you can expect many areas there is a speed involvement and speed decisions and speed movements and physically fit, more conscious on the physical health and as well as speed decisions and very fit, and as well as anxiety is also will be very high, and it is like a somewhat quick decisions. So this is the representation of Kuj, and is also called as the Lord of Justice. Want to make delay in activities, is not ready to make any acceptance on the delay in activities. So this year on our daily routine jobs or whatever the work we carried out, we have to keep the quickness. So quickness is the very key for the success for the next year, that is 2025. And as well as we have to keep our anxieties very low, and you have to maintain the physical health, whereas Kuja represents the blood, mainly the blood pressures. Anxiety once comes, the BP will going to rise. So calmness is required, the meditations, day-to-day exercises and physically fitness is the key for the success, and quick decisions and completion is the main area where we have to look into that, and we have to improve on these areas for 2025 utilization to make it as a successful year. And as well as the Kuj, what it is represent is not ready to listen. So is a decision where he is making the individual decisions. So please be careful on these areas, and time sense and time bond, and it is also very important. The number 9 Kuj represents the accidents where the road transport, and as well as the included is the 2 is also included along with the 2025. So whereas the foreign travels where we can go in the sea, by air and road transport also, we need to be careful enough on these areas where the majority of the road accidents are expected in this year. Similarly, the heat and hot waves will be very high. Since the ruling planet is Mangal, is very close to the sun, the 2025 you can expect the hot waves, heat, temperature will going to rise up very quickly. And as well as rise in sudden enemies, and Mangal also represents our defense and as well as our military, police and security of the country and individuals. So the Mangal will going to trigger for many issues like border issues, maybe the China, Bangla or Pakistan. It may going to trigger up, and we may have to face some little issues with the borders where we can be ready with our Mangal ka denote as the Senadipati. So this will give some trigger on the borders, and it will create some disturbance in our country's security. So this is what we expect from Mangal. And similarly, it will give some roaming around. The number 9 will give the roaming, that is called as the distance travel, the higher studies travel, and as well as the many transactions as a tourism. It will have very big scope in the next year. Similarly, the Mangal denotes the majority is called as Senadipati, where our country's security and as well as the country's defense, and will have a quick resolutions. Maybe we will go for some new weapons, new security intelligence systems, and we can expect some major change in our defense areas also. The government will want to give maximize their fundings and their focus on the defense and military on this year. Senadipati wants to keep the secure of this country and as well as the whole. So this area is a major focus for next year. Everyone will going to focus on that Mangal as denotes the Senadipati. And as well as for Mangal, so it will be lead to be like a very anxiety conditions. So everybody has to keep up their calmness to attain their goals. 2025 is having a great business chance of export import business and as well as e-commerce. So e-commerce will going to grow like a very high position in the next year. Those who are investing for the gold, again the yellow metal will going to be a more costlier in 2025. And e-commerce area and as well as import and export and as well as tourism of distance travel, which denotes the number 9, will have a very high focus. And abroad, higher studies will be higher compared to the previous years. And one more, that's 2025, what we have the number 5 at the end. This will come once in a 10 years. So 2015 we had this 5 in the end. So later on, this is the 2025, you have to wait for next 10 years to secure the 5. So 5 is a number where Mercury or Buddha, so such a planet is very much required in the year of birth. Those who have the 5 in their birth years, they will have a great life. We have many examples of this. So 2025, the born kids and childs also the blessed with the 5 digit, and it will be a very fantastic year in the next 2025. So next 2035, you have to wait for 10 years. This is the one of the magical year. The 5 is there in the year of birth. So many of the populations, many of the persons will don't have the 5. Around 80% of the persons will don't have the 5 in birth years. So this is one of the year where we are getting the 5, and it will be a fantastic year for everyone. So that's all on general predictions of 2025. In the next episode, we'll discuss mainly on the each and individual birth numbers from 1 to 9. How will be the 2025? You can have some remedies and what to be taken care on health, financial and other aspects. We're going to discuss on next video. Once again, wish you all a very happy and prosperous upcoming new year 2025. Stay tuned and we'll meet you on the next video. Thank you very much.